Albert Einstein once said, if the bee disappeared off the surface of the globe, then man would only have 4 years of life left. No more bees, no more pollination, no more plants, no more animals, no more man. Imagine that. The disappearance of one small insect could have catastrophic consequences for life on Earth. Just how accurate his prediction would be now is unsure. Why? Because we, the humans, have perhaps the means to survive in this new technological and synthetic world without the need for animals. If Einstein had a crystal ball to see the future, imagine his reactions in spaceships, walking on the moon, computers, mobile devices, solar panels, and giant mechanical wind turbines. Sadly, he would also see a world in distress as a direct result of this progress. Einstein was right. Bees are vital for our survival and the survival of so many other plants and animals, including approximately 35% of the world's food crops. A single bee colony can pollinate 300 million flowers in a day. That is astounding. However, research from the United States and Europe reveal a significant decline in wild bees and honeybees as more pesticides were found to be harmful to bees and other pollinators, particularly butterflies. Pesticides. Man's invention to rid our crops of unwanted pests. The result, however, is devastating to the bees. The poisons seriously affect their movement and their memory. Should we be concerned? Absolutely. What is not generally known is just how vital wild bees are and managed honeybees are in the production of so many different crops. Nuts, fruits, vegetables. No bees and other pollinators, no crops. The fresh fruit and vegetable shelves will be empty. Next time you crunch an apple or munch on some blueberries, please give thanks to the humble pollinator. There is a bigger picture here, and that is the complex relationship with insects, birds, and animals with the environment. Whole forests rely on animal decomposers, the seed dispersers, and the pollinators to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. We must also consider our relationship with their environment. Humans are very good at encroaching on their habitats. Simply put, we take their homes. We need the land for other purposes, so we often replace the natural with the unnatural. That most often means the loss of vegetation, not to mention more chemicals in the atmosphere. The result is the decline in the small but powerful pollinators, the bees and the butterflies that are key to our survival. Science modelling tells us that many species, almost half, could become extinct by 2050. In reality, there are 40,000 species threatened or worse, endangered. We fear for the Java rhinoceros. There are only 67 left. Our Aussie koala, the mountain gorilla, the Asian elephant, the snow leopard, the Australian pygmy possum. It is generally accepted that climate change is the key reason. But we must not forget the protection of the wild bee and managed honeybee. Bee populations are declining in Europe and America, and this is directly related to human activity. There are 20,000 different bee species, and most of these are wild. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization research found that a significant number were on the brink of extinction. The United States listed bees as an endangered species in 2016. 40% of managed honeybee colonies disappeared during 2017 and 2018 in America. Between 2006 and 2016, Australia lost over 100,000 commercial honeybee hives. 20% of honey-producing hives lost in a single decade. It is a fact that bees pollinate 75% of the world's flower plants and 35% of the world's food crops. Now is the time to act. We must take steps to slow or to stop our contribution to the bee decline. But we must consider changes we can make in our lives that will directly have a positive impact on the environment. Many farmers are using natural solutions to the pest problem. We must consider Not just mow it down and replace it with bricks and mortar, plant flowers and flowering shrubs and trees in gardens or pots. We must do our bit to reduce our carbon footprint. The bees will love you for it. Do some research into the history of the bees. If you feel overwhelmed by the science and the data, simply make a honey sandwich or munch on some fruit or nuts and sit back and enjoy the bee movie. It certainly brings Einstein's science to life.